Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new SBC Sarr card to review today. So, we are taking a look at a card that is 6 foot tall with low high work rates, left-footed with 2-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot. In regards to traits, guys, he doesn't have any. In regards to in-game ability, he has 88 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, so that's obviously something that you definitely can improve on if you really want to. Shooting presence with 84 shot power is not necessarily bad, just in case you get yourself into the situation to shoot the ball. Yes, 60 finishing is not great, but for a defender, you're not really going to often shoot the ball with him anyways, unless the ball kind of like lands to you a certain way from a corner kick. In regards to passing abilities, he actually has really good passing abilities. The fact that he has the 4-star weak foot with passing abilities like that and 99 composure, the card looks really nice in regards to that part of his card. Dribbling wise, 96 acceleration with 91 balance. All of the dribbling stats for a defender is absolutely fantastic, right? It's really, really good because of the fact that he's going to be able to transition left and right really, really quickly because of the fact that his pace for base card stats already look really nice. I'm kind of thinking right away that we would give this card a shadow chemistry style. You know, a plus 11 for acceleration, plus 12 for sprint speed doesn't necessarily sound too bad, as well as boosting his decent enough basic defensive stats as well. But the dribbling is a really welcome inclusion in regards to on-the-ball and off-the-ball movement, so that's really nice. But again, with defending, boosting it as much as possible with the shadow chemistry style would be very ideal because of the fact that he already has, I would personally say, enough physical stats, but you could potentially increase the aggression if you really want to. I just think that making him as fast as possible with his low-high work rates could be really cool, because if you ever find yourself overcommitting with this card in the defensive areas with those low-high work rates, with the acceleration and sprint speed, he'll go back into position really, really quickly. Now, when I did use this card, it was, I think it was like a Future Stars card. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I do remember using this card already, and it was an SBC as well. And my thoughts towards the card during that time period was that he felt like a hybrid between a center back and a left back, and apparently his in-game positions is actually center back and left back. So definitely going to be interesting to see what he's like in the defensive areas. This is the team that we are going to be working with over here in regards to doing the review. I'm just going to go ahead and actually copy my dude's team over here. By the way, that version of Sarr I actually liked a lot too. More for like a rotational policy between having him as a left back and as a center back. If my dude gets Mendy, he is actually kind of balling out in this team. But yeah, with Sarr, we're going to be lining up like this. So we're going to have the regular 4-2-3-1 that we normally use, which I think is okay, so he has them switched a little bit. So this is 5 and 4. He has a little bit higher depth with that. We're going to have balance for that one. Frankie de Jong will switch with Ruud Gullit, and then we'll have Lala there, Bergwijn there, Griezmann, Jovic, and then we have Sarr over here. Okay, so the instructions will just have basic stuff, nothing too crazy. You want to see what he's like off the ball wise with his low high work rates, what he's like when I select him, all that fun stuff. And then the last formation that we will be using is the 3 at the back formation. So I would say probably a 3-4-2-1. I think that's like pretty aggressive. We'll have pressure on heavy touch with depth super high. This will be super wide just so we could test them out more in the middle and on the sides, and we'll basically go from there. So Sarr will play in the center back position. The rest of the players don't really matter in regards to where they're positioned because this is a defensive review. I just want to see what he's like defending and what he's like when I select him and move with him instantly, because the fact that this card has dribbling stats and pace stats already, I want to see if the shadow would make it even better, you know? So, yeah, we'll get into a game, see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast defensively. This guy actually also has Sarr in his team, too. All right. Okay, so I want to see what his dribbling is like first. So it's going to be this card right here. So let's see what this is like. Big body type in game, which is very helpful, obviously. The fact that he's a left-footed player is going to be really, really nice. Just kind of want to see what he's like under pressure over here with the L trigger. Little touch over here. Yeah, the big body type's going to make a difference, guys. So he almost feels bigger than 6 foot in game, which is really nice. That little bounce that he has with him and Upamecano should be okay. He's not like super responsive in regards to dribbling because of the body type that he has, but defensively, having that is going to be amazing. All right, see what his off-the-ball movement is like over here. A little bit aggressive right there, marking the entire time, but stays on side, which is perfect. Kind of like a 3 at the back right now. Don't want to touch anything right here. Just want to see how he's going to move around. defends really nicely. Positioning is really good with this card. Now, take into consideration, guys, that this card doesn't have a shadow chemistry style just yet. So because he doesn't have the shadow chemistry style, you can kind of see what his base defensive capabilities are going to be like. So the fact that he kind of like positions himself really nicely just in these general areas right here to block shooting positions as well as respond really nicely to oncoming runners is very, very solid. Now, the low-high work rate is a work rate I usually don't really prefer, but because he actually has the dribbling stats to be significantly higher with pace, the card should be really fun to use. So again, we're not going to do anything here. No second man press. I like the way that he's kind of like defending, man. The way that he defends that general area is very, very good. Let's select him right now. Really, really good defensive animation right there to block the oncoming cross. We're going to wait for this little thing right here. Again, chooses a good animation to block the cross, but we don't end up getting that ball right there. So his body type is going to affect his dribbling aspect on the card a little bit. But it's not drastic enough for me to not like the card. Like, you definitely need that for center backs. You need that physical presence and that body type there. Marking the guy the entire time as he's making that run. The low-high work rate's being very noticeable so far. We'll take a nice little goal there, Jovic. Same thing as before, huh, boys? Just take a touch, get that angle, boom. Yeah, see, dribbling under pressure. I kind of want to get close to the defender right there just to see what he would be like trying to get the ball back instantly. And he actually did a pretty decent job right there. He does like those like toe poke defensive plays, right? Okay, guys, so for the second half, I'm just going to go adjust one thing here with the 3 at the back formation. Pressure on heavy touch should be okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to tell these guys to join the attack. There we go. And then we'll just have Sarr kind of like chilling back there. So, yeah, let's see how he plays at the 3 at the back formation. So, the way that he feels so far, guys, and it feels the exact same way as it did before when I first reviewed the card from the other SBC, is that he feels like the best position to use him in would be in that left center back position if you were using like a 3 at the back formation, right? Like, he just feels that way because of the low-high work rates, the body type that he has, and the somewhat agile aspect to him, right? So having those types of players on the side, especially since this one has the 4-star weak foot, it would be like a fun thing to have in those positions. But in the center back position, without the shadow chemistry style, he's still defending really nicely for me so far. Can't really go wrong with the card so far for, I think he's like 140k to be honest. Nice goal right there. Nicely done, Jovic. Yeah, guys, so during this game, I've been switching between the 3-4-2-1 and the 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1, this team is incredibly balanced. Like, just the way that the team moves in general is amazing. And Sarr is definitely playing really well. I would actually just put Sarr to the left center back position. Very, very awkward to use him on the right side. Just because of, again, like, he feels like that left center back type hybrid player, right? So, I want to keep using the 4-2-3-1. I want to keep playing some games just to see what he does in the team defensively. Nicely done. Yeah, guys, so the only thing I'm going to switch with him, to be honest, is just going to be the... it's going to be the 4-2-3-1, just putting him in the left center back position. I feel like that's where he's best utilized. Because of the fact that he's a left-footed player, when people make those like outside the 18-yard box passes, because of the fact that he has the left foot being his strong foot on the left side and the 4-star weak foot, I think it just makes more sense to use him on the left side. So, yeah, we'll go into another game like this. I think the instructions are perfectly fine. We just have Jovic on Stay Central, and it's working wonders because, you know, Bergwijn's full birthday card and Team of the Season Griezmann have great off-the-ball moon as well as Hullet, so it definitely makes his team very, very balanced. So, yeah, let's get into another game. I might switch to the 3 at the back formation again. I might just even put constant pressure just to see what he's like, kind of like aggressively pushing up as well as aggressively pushing back. So let's go put that instead. We're going to put constant pressure just to see what that's like with him. But so far, I definitely feel like he's a left center back. Like in a 4 at the back formation, use him over there. In a 3 at the back formation, left center back out of the 3 center backs that you have. In this next game, I actually just want to put him on the anchor chemistry style at the very least, because you could see the anchor chemistry style giving him that plus 10 of aggression like we were talking about before. Aggression is a very, very huge stat in regards to defending. I'm kind of thinking that the anchor kind of makes the most sense, that, like, yeah, if I aggressively push up with him, coming back will be better with a little bit more pace. But I just feel like personally, you know, because of his low high work rates, I rarely ever catch him out of position, to be fair, unless I do it myself, which in that case you probably shouldn't, right? So let's try him out with better aggression with the +5/+5 for acceleration and sprint speed and see how he plays with that in the left center back position. So I just want to see his marking right here. So he blocks the guy at the bottom the entire time. Once he realizes the fullback comes back into position, he kind of like lays off of that guy because he sees that he's coming back, right? Which is great. I want to test a little bit of some stuff right there. I don't think his dribbling is super, super responsive. I think the acceleration and sprint speed boost that we've given this card is obviously a noticeable difference. The fact that you're boosting his defensive stats as much as possible with either the anchor chemistry style or the shadow, you know, situations like that, having aggression, having the defensive stats to be increased is very, very important. Yeah, the transitioning is really noticeable with the acceleration and sprint speed boost in the card. I don't feel like I'm being like slowed down in any way, which is very, very important. So the combination of acceleration and agility and balance with this card in regards to defensive movements left and right, pretty solid so far. What I like mostly about this card so far is just off-the-ball movement in the defensive areas. I don't feel like I always need to be controlling him, and the moment that I do control him, which you guys know how defending in this game is, you don't often use your center backs that much anyways. Every time I do switch to him, it's just nice to be able to accelerate into the play quickly. It's not as quick as I thought it would be with his dribbling stats, but it's still pretty good because obviously the body type that he has is going to affect how quick he is in regards to movement when he doesn't have the ball and when he has it. Like when you look at someone like Eder Militao, he's a tall guy, but with a skinnier body type than this Sarr card has, right? So because Eder Militao has that body type, the way he moves around the pitch is really fast, and to the point where people actually enjoy using him as a fullback as well, right? It's like this stuff right here, right? Like if I'm just like using the fullback, the way he's positioning himself, look, I'll switch to like my CDMs right here. It's just the way that he's like just in line with the other defenders is perfect because he has to be blocking the middle part. You can see that once that guy starts making that run, he starts to occupy that position right away because of his low-high work rate. So that's the thing that you'll notice most about this card with those low-high work rates. And honestly, Manolaz was like the exact same thing because of his work rates as well. Okay, guys, let's switch to the 3 at the back formation with the constant pressure. Let's see how he performs with that. Does he still block that guy the entire time? He does. He blocks that guy the entire time, makes a great challenge right there, but also blocks that shooting angle as well, which is great. Like I said, though, guys, if I was using a 3 at the back formation, he has to be on the left side. Like, I think he plays the center back position really well. Even in the 4 at the back formation, he's perfectly fine. It's just that my personal preference, I would just rather have him there because of the way that he moves, you know? It's just one of those things. Like, Upamecano, like, feels like a center back, right? When you have, like, a team like this, it just makes more sense to kind of, like, line it up like this, you know? Alright, guys, so final verdict on the Sarr card. I think the price that you're paying for the in-game quality is very fair. I think if he was, like, 220k, 230k, I would be like, okay, now we're paying too much for the quality that he offers because of one specific thing, and that's his body type as well as his dribbling stats, and we're going to get into that. But I think the SBC at 150, 160 is pretty solid for someone that plays in the League One with French links, right? Really, really cool concept to work with in regards to all the cards that they've been bringing out. Like, there's a lot of cool French guys you can link him up with in regards to Bundesliga or the League One or whatever. There's so many French dudes that you can link him with. So it's a pretty cool concept in regards to that. Now, in regards to chemistry styles, there's a tight battle between Anchor and the Shadow chemistry style. I think the Shadow chemistry style makes more sense because I personally felt that even with his low high work rates, there were situations where I want to chase after someone, and I feel like if I gave him that acceleration boost to a plus 11 instead of a plus 5, it's very, very helpful for the dribbling stats that he has. Now, the dribbling stats that he has, I thought it would feel better in game than it actually did in regards to off the ball movement and on the ball movement. But again, his stocky body type is going to influence that in regards to me selecting him, accelerating instantly, and all that fun stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It definitely compensates really well for his stocky body type, way better than a Pumacano in regards to that. But I just felt like I felt like it was going to feel better, but it didn't, right? So just, food for thought in regards to his dribbling stats. But I do think that with this card, if you were to give him the shadow chemistry style, it would make the most sense because, like I said, guys, in the review, he just feels like a left center back, right? If you use him in a 3 at the back formation, left center back, like he's set up right here, makes the most sense. If you want to use him in a 4 at the back formation, his defensive awareness on the pitch with his low high work rates is actually really, really nice. And I feel like it would be even better if you were to give him the shadow chemistry style for the plus 11 acceleration and plus 10 sprint speed. Like I said, I think the SBC at 150k is incredibly fair. Would I personally do the SBC myself if I consistently play the game? Probably not. He just feels like a generic good center back. He doesn't feel like an amazing center back, if that makes any sense, right? Like, he's not going to feel like a flashback Militao or a Sergio Ramos, but obviously the price range at 150, it matches the quality that he offers in game, if that makes sense. It's actually lower than the quality that he, the price is lower than the quality that he offers in game, which is great, right? So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I'll catch you guys for next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.